So yesterday somebody asked me a really interesting question, which was, what did you think your life would look like if you didn't manifest your specific person? And what do you think your life would look like now if you hadn't manifested your specific person? And it's a really good question, because actually the answer to this can be really, really soothing when you're thinking about being attached. When you're very, very attached to a specific person, it's almost like you don't want to imagine another reality. And I felt like that too. And I remember being very anxious about if it was going to happen or not. And right before it happened, we were talking again, and it really felt like it has to happen now. If it doesn't happen now, I knew that I would go into a period of real grief and anger maybe, and all of these big feelings that I really, really didn't want to feel. And I was very anxious because I was trying to prevent that from happening. But I remember having a moment, a real clear moment of thinking, you know what, sod it. I will be fine. I'll be fine. If I have to let him go again and he's just, not ready for whatever reason, I'll be fine. And I started thinking maybe I would have gone back to Australia, because for some reason I left Australia, and I wrote this in my book. I had this kind of on-off relationship with Australia. When I was there, I really wanted to be somewhere else. And when I was somewhere else, I really wanted to be there. And when we were in this period of talking again, I started thinking, you know what, if this doesn't happen, I'll just go and explore Australia again for a bit. Or I'll move somewhere else. Or, I'll focus really, really hard on my music. And that is honestly one of the things that I would have loved. I would have loved to have had that energy to focus on my music. But actually, when I got into the relationship, all of my attention went on the relationship. And so for a period of time, I lost that focus. And so it's one of the good things that would have happened is that I wouldn't have lost the focus on my music, and I would have really invested a lot of time. And who knows, maybe I would be really, really, really successful with my music by now. There would have been many good things that would have happened if I hadn't manifested my specific person when I did. And I really want to share this because this is what I keep saying lately, is that there's always pros and cons to everything. There's joy and grief in everything. And manifesting my specific person did come with a load of things that were more difficult. And actually not manifesting him would have come with a lot of things that were great, and it's both. If I hadn't manifested him, I would have missed him too. And I would have felt sad about that. So there was that as well. But manifesting him, there's amazing things about it. There's joy in it. There's so many beautiful things. There's also things that I miss, about my life before, about freedom, about the person that I was even. And we change and we grow all the time. So yeah, there would have been joy and there would have been grief, no matter what. But I think what I'm getting to now, where the place where I'm at now, is learning to embrace all of me and all of the isness of everything, in that I have chosen the path that I've chosen, and there is joy in it, and there's amazing things in it, and there's things that I can work on. And now, being more confident about who I am, I can, focus on my music more. And I can do the things that I think that I missed out on from that beginning period of where, I was so focused on him. I also think that, had I not manifested him, I would have found someone else. I would have eventually let go and found someone else. I know that I would have found someone else, right? So I feel like I would have been okay. I would have been happy. Everything would have been fine. I would have, the situation would have evolved in a different way, and I would have met someone else eventually, and I would have had to still go through my stuff, my triggers, my patterns, and I would have probably projected that onto another person. And who knows, I may have stayed in that cycle for a long time, but definitely I would have gone through similar emotions, maybe with someone else. Maybe I would have let go of Johnny completely. Maybe I wouldn't have. And I feel like what I believe is that I would have always loved him. I would have always had this feeling of he has been and is and was a special person to me, and he always will be. And I think I would have kept that close to my heart, but I do think I would have eventually just let it go. And as my confidence grew, Yeah, the more your confidence grows and the more your self-worth grows, the more you let go. I remember I was in Australia, and I remember ringing up a tarot reader online on the phone, and I remember saying, what should I do? Which direction should I choose? Which one's right? Which one's wrong? I don't know what to do. And I was so scared of making a mistake, and so scared of making the wrong choice. Should I stay in Australia, or should I leave? Will I regret it if I leave? It was crazy. And I remember what she said to me was, you're going to be happy no matter what. So it doesn't matter which path you choose. It doesn't matter what happens. You're going to find a way to be happy. And I've carried that with me ever since. So no matter what decision I make, I trust myself that I'll find a way to be happy. And, I've always had that little voice in me, but at times where I've been more attached to him, when I was manifesting him, it felt harder to believe that I was going to be happy no matter what, but it was always there. And so now, having seen the reality of manifesting this relationship and actually living the experience of really seeing the truth in the fact that he was never the cure for my unhappiness or my loneliness or my sadness. It was never the cure for that. And really knowing that my happiness has got to come from me, I see now that I have the ability to make any situation better. I have the ability to focus on what I love. I have the ability to focus on the positive. So no matter what happens in life, I'll be able to get through what happens and find a way back to peace and happiness again. So I hope you found this video interesting, useful, and that you can carry some of these messages home to yourself. And let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.